This morning I decided to sort out the timing on the FTR230, and I had a bit of a tidy up in my shed. One of those things, you're busy working away and the next minute you know you got things all over the place and there's no room to do the work you want to do. So yeah, I've shuffled things around quite nicely. I'm quite happy now that I can get to the bike. Got it up on stand. Makes it a bit easier to do things. So timing on this is pretty straightforward actually. I have the camshaft with the lobes pointing down. You've got the tensioner off, of course, so you can move the chain around it, so the sprocket around a little bit. Line that up. Make sure you've got your two lines horizontal with the markings horizontal on the head. Down in here you'll find the timing marks on the flywheel, very easy to get to. And here is where I put my socket, so I can turn the engine around, lining up the markings, get it all set up, and then I just nipped it up. I think it's about right actually. I've been pretty careful, so I shouldn't have to go back there again. I just put a little temporary bolt in there just to hold the tensioner from dropping down before I finish that part off. But yeah, coming together quite nicely. Pretty happy how things are. Only thing that I screwed up on, which is a major pain in the neck, is that I forgot to put in my chain, what do we call them? Chain guides, cam chain guides. So lucky I hadn't got it all, down permanently. So lifted it all apart, slid down my followers, got them all into place. One on the front here actually has a little T that slots down below the head gasket into a little indent in the top of the cylinder. A little bit more fun to deal with, but got it all in nicely. And so what I did find out is that I can quite easily take off the rocker cover while the engine's in the frame, but you cannot lift the head off. The head hits here at the top, as you could imagine. So I just had to put a little block there just to hold it up high enough so that I could work within the space between the bottom of the head and the top of the cylinder. It was okay. But yeah, for anything more than that, I would have to probably take off the front mounts and let it swing down on the back mount a little bit. It's one way I've done them in the past. Otherwise, if I don't get enough clearance there, these studs go quite a way up. I would probably have to take the engine out again. I guess I would have to take the engine out again to actually take the head right off and to lift the cylinder off if I had to do that in the future. It's not a major. It's not a very heavy engine. You can handle it quite easily on your own. So there's a little update on what I've been doing this morning. I'll probably double check everything, and then I might tighten it down. Then I'll start looking at the rest of the electrics around the coil, etc. Play around with that mount a little bit up on top. Connect up the starter and stuff, put a battery on it, spin it over a bit, those sort of things. Just have a little bit of a play. Got to buy a new sprocket and chain. Got to do that. Rear sprocket is stuffed. I'll get a chain and a sprocket. I'll get that on order. But yeah, I'm pretty happy how things are coming on. So just a small update on the FTR230 swap into the Ctx200 frame. If you're thinking about doing something like this, I would say yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a bad frame. It's actually been built in Brazil. It's not as good as you'd probably find. Well, it's not as good as you'd find out of China, out of Japan for the quality, but it's okay. It's fine. This bike is priced accordingly. It's really been built for the agricultural farming market. So yeah, it's fine. And it's going to be fine for the next owner. The next owner will have a lot of fun, I'm sure. Maybe a young person learning to ride have a lot of fun out of this little bike. when I get it all back together. But at this stage, I'm pretty happy how things are coming along. Very easy engine to work on. Well, thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one.